What's up, everyone? ARG back with some more Aki today. I did some baseball earlier today. Now I'm going to be doing some Aki with franchise Aki Manager 8 and our quest to try to win the Stanley Cup with the LA Kings. Kings are doing okay in my save right now. We're not first in our division. That's the Flames. They are almost unbeatable. But we still have a pretty good 15-7-3 record, so that's absolutely nothing to sneeze at. So it looks like we're kind of, doing good. Now, I was doing really awful last time out, and then my old pal JT Dutch showed up during my stream, and all of a sudden I started to win. So, yeah. I don't know that I'm gonna have my lucky charm today, but hopefully we get to win a lot of games. I have no trades prepared at this time. I kind of looked around. It's kind of barren in that regard. So, for those of you that love to see that kind of action and everything, I mean, I like a trade too, but we're gonna need to be a little bit more patient on that front. We are third in the conference. We're 8 points behind the Flames, and we have a game on, so the Flames are really good. We played them twice that I can see this month, so obviously winning those two games could change things a little bit, and that could be something that happens. Today in real life it's Saturday. We're December. What? Stupid microphone is in the way. It's December 18th, so as of today, many games in the NHL are getting postponed and everything, so I think that more and more we are going towards maybe not a season cancellation, but at least like a pause of some sorts. So, yeah, during that time, you're gonna, for people starved of Aki, you're gonna need to turn to people like us who put content out there, and I'm not the only one, and this is not the only Aki game, but you're gonna need to turn to people like us for some Aki action. So hopefully I manage to deliver. Well, I'm not doing anything, I'm just pressing buttons really. Wayne Gretzky is doing everything. Alright, so without any more lame attempts at humor, we're gonna go ahead and start going here. We're playing today, December 1st, against the Leafs. So we're hosting the Leafs. We're gonna be playing the first 2 weeks. We're gonna be playing at home. Then we're gonna hit the road just a little bit, and then we're gonna start playing home again. The Leafs are terrible this season. Now, a lot of people in the world listening to this are going to be pretty happy with that statement. They are 5-20-3. They are dead last in the conference with a mere 13 points. We have not played the Leafs so far this season, so let's try to figure out why they are so bad. We're going to take a look at their lineup here. Alright, couple injuries, so there you have it, JT Dutch, if you're watching that, whenever you are watching that. That's the reason I don't have Rob Blake. He's with the Leafs, he's hurt right now, not playing. That sucks, I would have loved to have Rob Blake on my D. I could use Rob Blake on my D, D's not very good. And then Daniel Marois is also hurt, so both of them not gonna be playing this game. They also have Dave Reed, that's day-to-day. So he may or may not play. He has a bruised finger. Alright, as far as the players that are actually going to play this game, John Casey and Troy Gamble in net, Todd Gill, Brad Marsh, Luke Richardson, Jay Wells, Stillman, Cirilla, DeGray, and Al Iafrate on D. Hey FJ, what's up, buddy? It's been a second. You've been busy shopping for a Christmas gift for your old pal ARG, haven't you? That's why you haven't been around. That's okay, I understand. I'm impossible to shop for is what everybody tells me. Alright. Up front, the Leafs have Tom Chorsky, Wendell Clark, Mark Osborne, Dave Reed, Denisov, Danfus, Fergus, Oldchuk, Primo, Koreshkov, Ross Courtnall, Gary Lehman, and Al Seckert. Yeah, that's not that great of a... There's a few good players, but that's not a very good lineup. Dude, that's what credit cards are for. What's being young and healthy if you don't experience being in complete depth on top of everything? I mean... Oh, yeah, I could deal with owning the Sens. Yeah. I couldn't do worse on radio interviews than Melnick does. That's for sure. Alright, let's get going here. I don't remember if I mentioned, but I still have Deneen and Castles Earth day to day. They should be back soon. Alright, the Leafs are going to go with Troy Gamble in net. We are going to go with our pal Artus Irbe. So yeah, you haven't watched since the start of that season. I was kind of in trouble as far as having enough decent players to fill my roster. And then I saw that there were all of those European players that I could sign, like Alexander McGillney and Artus Irbe and everything. So I kind of filled my roster a little, while still following the rules. Oh my god, we lost against the Leafs at home. This is unacceptable. I am firing everybody. The Leafs is the worst team in the league, and we just lost 6-4 at home against them. Stupid Melnick. That's all his fault. Oh wow, we were outplayed too. The Leafs outshot us 41-29. Al Seckert was the first star of the game. He had a goal and an assist. Mike Ridley was the second star with 2 assists, and Ed Olchuk was the third star with 2 goals. We had a sellout crowd in Inglewood. Leafs scored twice in the first period. Then Alexander McGillney scored from Alexei Gusarov. Then the Leafs scored again, made it 3-1. Then we tied the game. Luc Robitaille scored his 15th on the power play from Wayne Gretzky and Ray Shepherd. And then Gary Galley scored his 5th from Ray Shepherd and Mike Ridley. It was tied at 3 after 1. We had a fight between Ken Baumgartner and Al Seckert as well. Then in the second period, we even took the lead. Alexander McGillney scored his 2nd goal of the game from Mike Ridley and Scott Arneal. It was 4-3 Kings after 2. We even had a fight between Gerald Deduck and Al Seckert again. And then, yeah, things got bad. In the third period, we allowed 3 unanswered goals and we lost 6-4. This is unacceptable. I am going to wave my fist like this. I've been okay. I got sick over the last weekend. Not this weekend, but the one prior to that. So, like, I was running a pretty high fever and everything. I'm fine now. Other than that, I'm pretty good. How have you been? You've been very not around. Right, Wayne Gretzky extends his point streak to 23 games with an assist in that game. That was also 11 straight games with an assist for him. Jeremy Roenick extends his goal streak to 8 games. He scored 2 goals and 2 assists against the Wings. Steve Thomas extends his assist streak to 8 games. He had an assist in that same game against the Red Wings. Theo Fleury extends his goal streak to 5 games with a goal against Montreal, and that was 13 straight games with a point for him. Bruce McNall is satisfied with my work. Andrew Castles should be back soon, and Gordonine is completely recovered. Oh yeah, did you get the results of them yet, or are you just done, like, taking them? What is R&R? Rest and Roomba. Alright, so yeah. Rest and recreation. Alright, that works. Roomba. Some rest and recreation, so... Yeah, well, hopefully you have a some nice Christmas and everything. Oh, Deneen was okay. Let's put Deneen back in the lineup. Alright, and who am I sending down now? Oh, that would be Wayne McBean. Right, so we have 3 days off before we host the Kings. That's going to be 2 straight home games. Again, I mentioned it every single time. One of them is probably a neutral site game, since those were a thing back in the day. Steve Thomas extends his SS streak to 9 games. He had a goal and 2 assists against the Blues. Theo Fleury's point streak ended at 13 games. He was held scoreless against the Nordiques. Oh man, yeah, I worked too. I haven't taken any extra time off for Christmas. Although we do have a potluck on Thursday, so I like those because you go to work and you work a little bit and then you eat for a while and then you feel kind of comatose and you don't really work the rest of the day. Alright, Andrew Castles should be coming back soon from his injury. Mario Lemieux extends his point streak to 12 games. He had an assist against the Rangers. Big game for Dale Hawerchuk. He had 3 goals and an assist against the Devils. And that was 5 straight games with a goal for him. Andrew Castles is completely recovered as well, so he might get to play some games. Ah, that's nice. I work Monday through Thursday next week, and then Monday through Thursday the week after that as well. Alright, the Jets are in town. Jets are 14-12-4, so that's a little bit better than what they have accustomed us to so far. They are 4th in the division, right behind us. They are 1 point behind. They did play 4 more games than us, too. We are 2-0 against the Jets this season. I would love to win this game. Oh, Glenn Ely is day-to-day. Alright. I did not notice that. Nobody told me that. Nobody tells me anything. My backup goaltender is hurt. Alright, so I guess I'm gonna need to put him on the injured reserve. And I'm gonna need to recall somebody. Alright, so Fitzpatrick. Yeah, I'm gonna recall Fitzpatrick. I'm gonna showcase him for a trade. Alright, let's play against the Jets for real this time. Alright, so Glenn Ely got hurt outside of the rink. Put him on injured reserve. He's only day-to-day, but it's a non-playable injury, so I need to have somebody that can play. Not yet. It's coming. François Gravel will turn into Patrick Roy, as we know. Alright, Bob Essensa is going to be in net for the Jets. We're going to go with Arthur's Airby. Come on, Arthur's. You need a bounce-back game here. Oh, yeah, we won 5-3. Alright, bounce-back game against the Jets. We did outshoot them 27-24. Alexander McGillney, first star of the game, a goal and 2 assists. Andy Brickley was the second star with a goal and an assist. And Luc Robitaille was the third star with a goal and 2 assists. Another sellout crowd here in Inglewood. So the Jets opened up the scoring in the first. Then Dan Gratton scored from Alexei Gusarov and Alexander McGillney. Then Randy Ladouceur scored from Wayne Gretzky and Mike Gartner. And then the Jets scored. It was tied at 2 after 1. Then in the second period, the Jets took the lead. It was 3-2. But then, just like the Leafs did against us, we did the same thing against the Jets. We scored 3 unanswered goals in the third. Luc Robitaille scored from Gary Galley and Alexander McGillney, then Ray Shepherd from Luc Robitaille and Randy Ladouceur, and then finally Alexander McGillney scored his 10th from Luc Robitaille, 5-3 for the Kings. And there was a fight between Ken Baumgartner and Anu Yarvenpa. Or at least I'm going to pretend like that's how you say that last name, Yarvenpa. Wayne Gretzky extends his point streak to 24 games. He had an assist in that game. So how's your save going? How many straight cups have you won? Right, that was 12 straight games with an assist for Gretzky. Sorry, that water feels wonderful. One thing with me, I love to drink something that's like super cold, like that it freezes your throat on the way down or something. So that water feels fantastic in that regard. Dang, man. What are you doing? And why haven't you been fired yet? Dale Warchuk extends his go streak to 6 games, 2 goals against us. Paul Ranaheim was looked at and he is not suspended. Mario Lemieux's point streak ended at 12 games. He was held scoreless against Washington. Alright, we have 2 days off and then we're hosting the Jets again. Memorable game for Stéphane Richer. He had a hat-trick against the Bruins. Steve Thomas extends his assist streak to 10 games with an assist against the Islanders. Oh, that's gonna hurt the Sabres. Bob Carpenter is out for the rest of the season. 6 months with a ruptured tricep tendon. That's rough. That's a long time without winning. You're starting to sound like the Leafs. Right, and apparently Gusarov is hurt as well, and nobody told me about that either. It's a day-to-day injury, though. Yeah, sometimes you just can't beat RNGesus. Joe Mullen extends his goal streak to 5 games. He had a goal against the Nordiques. Larry Murphy has recorded 500 assists in his career. That happened. He had 1 assist against New Jersey. Larry Murphy is 29 and he is a 4.5-star player. Philadelphia might be looking to move Ilka Sinisalo, putting him on the block. Alright, Winnipeg in town again. So we're 3-0 now against the Jets. They are still 4th in the division conference, sorry. They are going with Bob Essensa again. We are going to Arthur's Airby again. And this time we lost 3-1. That's not good. We have been better on the road than we have been at home, I feel like. So we lost the shot battle 43-36 in that one. Dale Warchuk first star of the game, 2 goals. Luc Robitaille was the 2nd star with an assist, and Pat Hellenach was the 3rd star with 2 assists. Another sellout crowd in Inglewood, and some more disappointment in the stands as we lost another game. I'm pretty sure that he is. I think you are correct. Usually you can tell when their name ends with an S. That's how I can always tell if he's Latvian or not. He's one of the very only player who's from Latvia whose last name doesn't also end with an S. It's a cultural thing. I looked it up. I was very curious about that. I looked it up. It's a cultural thing. That's how they name their kids there. I think maybe Airby doesn't have an S at the end because the name ends with a vowel. I think that might be why. Alright, so the Jets scored 2 goals in the first period. And they were up 2-0 after 1. Then nobody scored in the second period. Then in the third, Wayne Gretzky scored short-handed from Luc Robitaille and Jeff Smith. Put us to within 1, but then shortly after, the Jets scored again, and it was a 3-1 loss for us. Mike Gartner fought Randy Carlyle, and then Gerald Deduck fought Mikhail Pivanka. Yep, I think that's kind of the same thing. You are correct. Wayne Gretzky extends his point streak to 25 games with that goal against the Jets, but his assist streak ended at 12 games because all he got was a goal. Dale Auerchuk extends his goal streak to 7 games with his 2 goals against us. Dino Ciccarelli extends his assist streak to 8 games. He had 3 assists against the Flyers, pretty good. And Steve Thomas' assist streak ended at 10 games. He was held scoreless against the Leafs. Alright, we have 2 days off, and then we're going to be hosting the Rangers. Joe Mullen extends his goal streak to 6 games with a goal and an assist against the Oilers. Alright, Gusarov and Ely are fitting back. Are fitting better, sorry. Alright, we are prepared to play against the Rangers. Rangers are 16, 12, and 5. So that's a decent record. We are 0-1 against the Rangers this season. Rangers beat us 7-4 at Madison Square Garden earlier this season. I would love to win this game here. We are 1-2 this month so far. John Van Beesbrook is going to be in net for the Rangers. Arthur Irby in net for the Kings. Come on, go Kings! I haven't said that, maybe that's why. No, it didn't work. I lost 4-2. I'm at a loss. I don't know what to do anymore. If saying let's go Kings is not working before the games, I'm out of options. Alright, 4-2 loss against the Rangers at home again. We're struggling on home ice. We outshot the Rangers 39-37. Brian Mullen was the first star of the game. He had 2 assists. Rick Green was the second star with an assist, and John Van Beesbrook was the third star with 37 saves. And the W, of course, another sellout crowd at the Forum. Rangers scored twice in the first period, and it was 2-0 Rangers after 1. Then we scored twice in the second period. Randy Wood scored from Rick Green and Ray Shepard, then Mike Gartner from Ken Baumgartner and Gerald Deduck. It was tied at 2 after 2. I have not tried sacrificing a prospect to the hockey gods. I am waiting for Ed Ronan to show up, and then I figured that if I sacrifice Ed Ronan to the hockey gods, then all of my players will become really good behind the net. Rangers scored twice in the third period, and it was a 4-2 victory for the Rangers, of course. So we lost 4-2, another loss. And my team is not exactly rolling on all cylinders. I'm not getting a whole lot of offense. And Gary Galley is hurt, by the way, my best defenseman. He's only day-to-day. I should be able to do something with that. Right, so Gary Galley, day-to-day. Oh, he's a 3.5 star player now, not only 3 stars. Oh, the Holy Trinity with Stefan Lebo and George Parro. What about Paul DiPietro? When Gretzky's point streak ended at 25 games, didn't get a point in that game. Dino Cesarelli extends his assist streak to 9 games. He had a goal and an assist against the Flames. Dan Quinn is hurt in Pittsburgh. He's gonna miss 4 weeks. Gusarov and Ely feeling better. Yeah, Gusarov can play hurt, so we're good. Oh, Glenn Ely is recovered. Yari Curry set everything up tonight. He had 4 assists against the Canucks. Pretty good game. Gusarov almost back. Glenn Ely is back. I don't think I can take him out of the injured list just yet. No, 5 more days. I don't know. Like, I think maybe like you would have. I don't think you can do it from the game interface here. I think you would have to go in the files, like in the folder from within Windows, and then maybe you could rename something in there. I know that you can make some changes that way. I don't know if that would be one of them. The Ronan's office. That's right. Yeah, it would be funny. Ronan's office. Alright, big game. We are hosting the Flames. The Flames are really good. We are struggling against them. You know, historically, Flames are at top of the conference. So a win against them would be pretty big. We're 1-1 against the Flames this season. Flames are 25-6-1. Now that's a winning record. We're gonna have to beat them without our best defenseman, though. Gary Galley is hurt. So Rick Wamsley is gonna be in net for the Flames. We continue to go with Arthur's Airby. Come on, let's go Kings, come on. Ouch. We lost 8-3. We're not doing good this month. Not doing good at all. We were outshot 44-32. Doug Gilmore was the first star of the game. He had 2 goals and an assist. Joe Mullen was the second star with 2 goals and an assist. And Theo Fleury was the third star with a goal and an assist. Another sellout crowd in LA for this game. Mike Gartner opened up the scoring in the first period. A power play goal from Luc Robitaille and Alexei Gusarov. Then Mike Gartner again from Rick Green and Wayne Gretzky. It was 2-0 Kings after 1. Then in the second period, the Flames tied the game. Then we took a 3-2 lead. It was a Alexei Gusarov power play goal from Luc Robitaille, 3-2 Kings. Then the Flames tied the game. It was tied at 3 after 2. Ray Shepard got a boarding major, and there's news here, so hopefully he doesn't get suspended. And then in the third period, I guess we pulled Arthur's Airbay the entire period or something. The Flames scored 5 unanswered goals in the third period, and we lost this 8-3. It wasn't even close. Don Maloney is on waivers. No further action needed for Los Angeles' Shepard. Alright, that's good. We don't need to lose him. There was no stopping Cam Neely, who had a hat-trick 3 goals against the Hartford Raiders. Alright, take care of stuff. Mario Lemieux is out 4 weeks. That's gonna hurt the Penguins. That happened against New Jersey. What does he have? A torn meniscus. Zeno Cesarelli extends his assist streak to 10 games with 2 assists against the Blues. I know Gretzky was on that nice streak and everything for points, but I need for him to give me a couple 4-5 point nights here. I need some offense. I need to win games before this season disappears in front of my eyes. Trevor Linden set everything up tonight. He had 4 assists against the Rangers. Alexei Gusarov is completely recovered, and Vancouver wants to move. Kurt Giles. Alright, Edmonton is in town now. They are 12, 14, and 3. That's good for 7th in the conference. We are 1-0-1 against the Oilers this season. Funny enough, we played them twice. That's going to be the 3rd time. It was always in LA. We have not played against Edmonton in Edmonton yet, although that's going to change because that's a home and home against them. Next game is going to be in Edmonton against the Oilers. Alright, let's turn our fortunes around. It would be nice to win at home. Grant Fuhr is going to be in net for the Oilers. We're going to continue to go with Artus Airby. Oh, a 2-1 win. What a nail biter. We were outshot 37-30. Ray Shepard was the first star of the game. He had a goal. Craig Simpson was the second star with a goal as well. And Artus Airby was the 3rd star with 36 saves. So that one we owe to Artus Airby. It was another sellout crowd. Nobody scored in the first, nobody scored in the second. And then in the 3rd period, we got some offense. Mike Gartner scored his 20th goal of the season from Luc Robitaille. Then the Oilers tied the game, and then with 1:09 left to go in the 3rd period, Ray Shepard scored the game-winning goal from Mike Ridley and Randy Wood, and we have a 2-1 victory here at home against the Oilers. Finally a win. Oh, Gardenin got hurt, but he's okay. He can play, so we're not gonna do anything too crazy. Dino Ciccarelli extends his assist streak to 11 games with an assist against the Hawks. Great night for Mike Bullard in St. Louis. He had a goal and 6 assists against the Leafs. Why isn't Gretzky getting those games? Brettel has a great game. He had 4 goals and an assist against the Leafs as well. Good game for Dave Laurie in that same game. He had 4 assists. Jeff Parker in Pittsburgh might get into trouble for pulling pranks. Don't pull pranks. All right, so Ely comes back in 2 days. Should I put Deneen? Oh, the prodigal Jensen's son has returned. Ooh, refreshments. What are we drinking? Gordonin is not NHL caliber anymore, so I'm going to put him on the injured list. And I'm going to recall the great Wayne McBean. Oh dear God. We're drinking alcohol here. Well, that's true. It is a Saturday night for you. For me, it's 2:16 in the afternoon, which at your age wouldn't stop me. But is McBean a little bit better than Gordonin at this point? Oh yeah, he's a 10 in some places. All right. I'm not sure what Lafroig whiskey is. Now, Jack Daniels I'm very familiar with, of course. Do you have a... Yeah, I definitely have lived that life where the weekend is one big happy hour. Although I was always a little bit more of a beer drinker personally, but yeah. Brian Bellows reaches 300 goals in his career. He had a goal against the Chicago Blackhawks. Brian Bellows is 26 and he's a 4.5-star player. necessarily extends his point streak to 12 games. In that game, he had 2 assists, and that was 12 straight games with an assist for him. Oh yeah. Oh, Gary Galley might be back soon now. That's good. That's good. Can he play? Can he play now? Oh, he can. Alright, so we are playing on the road for the next 3 games. We're going to be in Edmonton to face the Oilers tonight. Oilers whom we just beat 2-1, barely. Edmonton is now 12-15-3. They are still 7th in the conference. So let's go. Let's take our good road team out. Usually the road team, we play better on the road usually. So Arthur Serbe in net forever and ever. I don't know if he's in the game yet. I don't know if Ed Ronan is there. Alright, Arthur Serbe for us. Grant Fuhr in net for the Oilers. See, we're a much better road team. I don't know why. We won 3-0. Like, perfect game here in Edmonton. We didn't allow a single goal. We outshot the Oilers 42-27. Arthur Serbe first of the game, 27 saves. The W, the SO, everything that you could want from a goaltender, including brown pads. Luke Robitaille was the second star with an assist, and Jeff Smith was the third star with a goal. Oh, that's Estelle. She's taking a bath. I have 2 cats with me right now on the bed, so that's little Estelle, and then Azrael is sleeping. I don't think you can see him because he's hidden by my shoulder. Trudy, they're my girlfriend's cats. She's totally a cat lady. There's 2 other cats in the house, including hers, the one that's always with her. So that one you probably won't see in the back here, at least not anytime soon. Alright, so 3-0 lead for the Kings, or not lead, but a win. So Jeff Smith opened up the scoring in the first from Wayne Gretzky and Luke Robitaille. It was 1-0 Kings after 1. There was a fight between Mark Messier and Luke Robitaille. Wow. That's an interesting fight. I mean, Mark Messier fighting, sure. Luke Robitaille fighting, I'm not too sure about that. But, like, it's 2 top players fighting each other. I kind of like that. Then in the second period, Dan Gratton scored from Randy Wood and Scott Arniel. It was 2-0 Kings. And then in the third period, Sylvain Couturier scored from Frank Bro and Ken Baumgartner. 3-0 Kings. That was a nice game. Alright, we get Glenn Ely back. And we send Mark Fitzpatrick back down. Oh yeah, who did he fight again? I don't even remember. All right, 2 days off, and then we're facing the Flames in Calgary. We're gonna try to avenge that 8-3 loss that we had against them. Gary Galley is almost recovered and almost back. Ooh, Adam Foote with the Blackhawks got hurt against the Capitals. He's out for 8 months. We'll see you next year, Adam Foote. A ruptured a ruptured MCL. Oh my, Neil Broughton. Neil Broughton and Gretzky fighting. Canadians, Cole Caulfield. Oh wait, wrong era. Jay Caulfield plays for Montreal, and he's been suspended for 7 games. Gary Galley is completely recovered. He's going to come back and have 4 assists against the Flames. Wayne Gretzky will have 3 goals and 2 assists, and I'm going to win 9-1. Alright, in Calgary against the Flames, who are now 27-7-1, still atop of the conference, and it's not even close. They are too good. They need a good spanking. Arthur Serbe in net for us. Mike Vernon in net for the Flames. Go Kings, come on. A 3-2 win. That's not the 9-1 win that I had called for. That's still 2 points in the standing, so I will take it. A 3-2 win on the road. Pretty good. Good game by the boys. I'm happy with that. We outshot Calgary 28-27 in that one. Ray Shepherd was the first star of the game. He had 2 goals and an assist. Joe Nieuwendyk was the second star with an assist, and Mike Ridley was the third star with a goal and an assist. Alright, so nobody scored in the first. No, I don't know the story of how Mario Lemieux picked his number. So we had 2 fights in the first. Bradshaw and Randy Ladouceur fought, and then Joel Otto and Sylvain Couturier fought as well. So after 1, it was 0-0, 2 fights. Second period, Ray Shepherd opened up the scoring from Randy Wood and Mike Ridley. Then the Flames tied the game, and then Mike Ridley scored his 10th from Randy Wood and Ray Shepherd. It was 2-1 Kings after 2. Then in the third period, Ray Shepherd scored his 15th of the season from Alexei Gusarov and Wayne Gretzky. Then the Flames scored, made it 3-2. They ran out of time, and that was a 3-2 victory for the the Kings. All right. Oh, Brendan Shannon got hurt. So Brendan Shannon playing for the Devils. He is going to miss 4 months with radial nerve compression. Dino Cicerelli extends his point streak to 13 games. He had a goal against Pittsburgh. His assist streak ended at 12 games, however, because he only got a goal. Memorable game for Yari Curry. He had 4 goals against Vancouver. That's pretty good. Then there's been a trade between the Flyers and the Capitals. Not the first time that those 2 teams traded. So last season they made a pretty big trade that sent Jeff Courtnall to Philadelphia for Scott Mellenby. So we'll see here what they do today. Ilka Sinisalo and John Slaney go to the Capitals for Shel Samuelson and the rights to Sinuhi Figliuzzi, of course. Alright, so Shel Samuelson goes to the Flyers. That's interesting because he did play for the Flyers in real life. Actually, he played there. He was traded to the Capitals last season. Wow. Oh, he was in the Scott Mellenby trade. And now the Flyers get him back almost a year later. That's interesting. All right. Alright, we have a day off and then we're going to be playing in Vancouver. John Kordick has been put on waivers by the Flyers. And now the Waiters are listening to offers for Dave Babbage. Oh, I see. That's good. That's good. It's kind of how the McDonald's logo ended up. You know the McDonald's logo, the yellow M was a W from a certain font, and then somebody had the idea to just flip it to make it a M, and that's how the logo for McDonald's was born. Alright, we're in Vancouver to play against the Canucks. Canucks are 11-21-4. They are 8 in the conference. We are 2-0 against the Vancouver Canucks this season. We cannot afford to lose this game, so let's win it. Go Kings! Come on! Artus Airbay is going to be in net for us. He's been in net for us for every single game in December so far. Frank Pietrangelo is going to be in net for the Canucks. 3-2 overtime win for the Kings. Another nail-biter, but hey, we won. That's what matters. And of course, Jaromir Jagr with the Canucks is always weird to see. Right, so we outshot the Canucks 48-27. Gerald Deddock was the first star of the game. He had an assist. Thomas Jansson was the second star with a goal. Mike Gartner was the third star with an assist. So Randy Wood opened up the scoring in the first. That was his 5th of the season from Ray Shepherd. 1-0 Kings after 1. Then in the second period, Wayne Gretzky scored from Jeff Smith and Mike Gartner, made it 2-0. Then the Canucks scored. It was 2-1 after 2. Right, we had some fights. Mike Hartman fought Rick Green. Then Stan Schmill fought Gerald Deddock. And then Gord Donnelly fought Randy Ladouceur. Then in the third period, the Canucks tied game. It was tied at 2. That went to overtime, and Alexander McGillney in overtime played the hero from Gerald Deddock and Scott Arneal. 3-2 win for the Kings. Alright, Andrew Castles is becoming better at left wing. I would love for him to remain at center, though, but it is what it is. Alright, and we have a 5-day break. I am going to just mute my microphone and I'm going to give myself some extra insulin, and I will be right back. Alright, sorry about that. I'm a little too parched. That's usually a good indicator that my blood sugar is probably a little too high. And I believe it. I had a shake for lunch. It's not ideal, but I like them from time to time. So, there. Alright, so we have some time off because it's about to be Christmas, just like in real life, right? Minnesota, Bob Rouse will miss 4 months. He has a fractured knee. 4 months with a fractured knee for Bob Rouse in Minnesota. And in that same game, Glenn Wesley got hurt. He's gonna miss 6 months with a ruptured UCL. Wow. Dino Ciccarelli extends his point streak to 14 games with 2 assists in that same game. Brian Mullen is out with a broken kneecap as well. He's going to miss 7 months. Dear God. Red light stays on for Kevin Stevens. He had 3 goals and an assist against the Islanders. Wow, lots of injuries right before Christmas. Dino necessarily extends his point streak to 15 games. He had a goal against the Waiters. No further discipline for Toronto's Gary Lehman, not suspended. Guy Lafleur has a good game playing for the Devils. He had a hat-trick against the Toronto Maple Leafs. Guy Lafleur. Hey, he's 39. Not too shabby a season for a 39-year-old. Gordonine on the verge of returning. That would be great. Maybe. Alright, it is Christmas Eve, and as usual on Christmas Day, I hope somebody's gonna make me a ridiculous trade offer that I cannot refuse as a gift. No, I got Gordonine back instead. I guess that works. Alright. Memorable night for Denis Savard playing for Chicago. He had 5 assists against the Blues. Dino Ciccarelli extends his point streak to 16 games with 2 goals and an assist against the Jets. And Gaetan Duchesne in Quebec is suspended. He's going to miss 6 games. And we are going to be hosting the Philadelphia Flyers. Flyers are 23-12-6. That's a pretty good record. We have not played the Flyers so far this season. Let's take a look at them. Oh, they have some injuries. Peter Zazel is still hurt, not going to play this game. Also not going to play is Shel Samuelson, who was just traded for. And then Mark Howe and Kevin Metter are both hurt and may or may not play. That's going to be up to the Flyers. In net, the Flyers have Ron Extall and Darren Pupa. On D, they have Terry Cartner, Mark Howe, Eric Weinrich, Jean-Jacques Daigneault, Kerry Hoffman, Marty McSorley, Felix, and Shel Samuelson. So Marty McSorley is now a Flyers. We're getting a first and a third because they signed him. And we get the first and third from Detroit because they signed Chris Kontos. Alright, up front, the Flyers have Jeff Courtnall, Murray Craven, Brian Propp, Pele Eklund, Mark Lamb, Dave Poulain, Ron Sutter, Miller, Mike Ricci, Jody L, Tim Kerr, Paul McDermott, and Rick Tocchet. Ron Extall is going to be in net for the Flyers. Artur Serbe is going to be in net for us, obviously. Everybody is happy. We're back from the holidays. Everybody spent time with their families. Go Kings! I am expecting a win tonight. And we won 5-4. There you go. There you go. 5-4 victory at home. We outshot the Flyers 41-38 in that one. Ray Shepard was the first star of the game. He had a goal and an assist. Brian Propp was the second star with 2 goals and an assist. And Jeff Smith was the third star with an assist. Sellout crowd in LA. Scott Arniel opened up the scoring in the first from Alexander McGillney and Jeff Smith. Then Gary Galley scored on the power play from Wayne Gretzky and Mike Gartner. It was 2-0 Kings at that point. Then the Flyers scored 2-1 Kings after one. Then in the second period, Ray Shepard scored from Randy Wood and Gerald Deduck. It was 3-1 Kings. And then the Flyers scored. It was 3-2. There was a fight. Well, there was more than one. Gerald Deduck fought Paul McDermott. Then Randy Wood fought Jeff Courtnall. And then Gerald Deduck fought Marty McSorley. Oh, former teammates here face punching each other. Then the Flyers tied the game at the start of the third period, and then we scored twice. Mike Gartner on the power play from Luc Robitaille and Wayne Gretzky. Then Gary Galley on the power play from Wayne Gretzky and Ray Shepherd. It was 5-3. The Flyers scored with 55 seconds left to go in the third period. It was 5-4 at that point, but that's all they got. We shut them down for the remainder of the game. 55 whole seconds. Which is really an eternity when you're defending a lead in hockey, by the way. Glenn Anderson reaches 400 goals in his career. He had a goal against the Flames. Glenn Anderson is 30 and he's a 3-star player. Memorable game for Trevor Linden in Vancouver. He had 4 assists against the Montreal Canadiens. Alright, we have a day off, and then we're going to be facing the after mentioned Montreal Canadiens. Mitch Lamoureux has been put on waivers by the Flames. Alright, Mark Howe is being shot by the Flyers. Alright, and now Montreal is in town. Oh yeah, I remember that game. Alright, so Montreal is 16, 21, and 2. And we played Montreal once this season. And as you may or may not remember, that was a pretty nice 10-1 victory on the road in Montreal. Oh, it was beautiful. I hope for similar results today. So we're 1-0 against Montreal. Montreal's struggling a little bit despite having Patrick Roy in net, and they still have a pretty solid team. Alright, Patrick Roy is going to be in net for the Habs. We're going to go with Artus Irbe. Go Kings, another 10-1 victory, please. 4-1, I'll take it. 4-1 win here against Montreal. Kings outshot the Habs 35-21. Luc Robitaille was the first star of the game. He had a goal and an assist. Mike Gartner was the second star with 2 assists, and Wayne Gretzky was the third star with an assist. Sellout crowd yet again. Then in the first period, Luc Robitaille scored from Gary Galley and Mike Gartner. We had a 1-0 lead after 1. Then in the second period, Ray Shepherd scored from Wayne Gretzky and Gerald Deduck. Then Randy Wood scored on the power play from Dan Gratton and Alexander Mogilny. 3-0 Kings at that point. Habs would score, make it 3-1. Then in the third period, we added another goal on the power play. That was Gary Galley from Mike Gartner and Luc Robitaille. 4-1, the final score. There was also a fight between Gerald Deduck and Claude Lemieux. Claude Lemieux probably practiced some of his biting skills during that fight. A talent that he would pass down to his son later on, as nobody would expect. Alright, so Gordonine is back. That means I'm sending Wayne McBean back down. Alright, and we have 2 days off, and then we are playing our last game of the month, which is going to be in Minnesota against the North Stars. A night to remember for Dave Tippett. He had a hat-trick, 3 goals against the Flames. Bad news for North Stars. Mark Hardy is injured. He's going to miss 4 months with a ruptured UCL. Against the Bruins again? Wow, wasn't that like Minnesota against Boston that had all those injuries just a few games ago? They need to stop playing each other. Dino Ciccarelli extends his point streak to 17 games with a goal and an assist in that same game. And Steve Larmer lights the lamp. He had 3 goals and an assist against the Islanders. 1 more day off, and then we're facing the Minnesota North Stars. Wayne Colley has been put on waivers by the Flames. Scouting, don't really care about that. Alright, the player poll results. The best skater is Wayne Gretzky, the hardest shot is Al McInnes, the toughest is Bob Probert, the fastest is Paul Coffey, the best role model is Steve Yzerman, cleanest is Andy Brickley, the most controversial is Tony Tenty, the most overrated is Sylvain Turgeon, most underrated is Rod Langway, smartest is Randy Gregg, the toughest goalie to beat is Patrick Roy unless the Kings are at the Montreal Forum. And then the coach you'd most like to play for is Glenn Sater of the Edmonton Oilers. Alright, last game of the month. We have the Minnesota North Stars on the menu. So the North Stars are really good this season. They're turning things around. They are 23-12-5. That's good for second in the conference. They are leading their division. We are 1-0 against the North Stars, however. We did beat them 6-1 earlier this season. Glenn Ely is hurt again. Jeez, buddy, what's going on with you? Go back on the injured list, and we're gonna go ahead and recall yet again Mark Fitzpatrick. Artus Irbe is going to be in net. He has started every single game for us in December. Pete Peters is going to be in net for the North Stars. And we end the month on a good note with a 4-2 victory. So it seems like there's a pattern here. It seems like at the start of my streams, the start of each month, we struggle, we lose some games and everything. And then, we start winning games going deeper into the month. So maybe I just need to not have any games scheduled before the 12th of each month or something like that, and then maybe I can have a perfect season. But anyway, 4-2 wins in Minnesota to end the month and the calendar year. That was December. We outshot Minnesota 48-31. Ray Shepard was the first star of the game. He had a goal and an assist. Mikko Eloranta was the second star with a goal, and Gerald Deduck was the third star with an assist. Ray Shepard opened up the scoring in the first. That was a power play goal from Luke Robitaille. Then Mike Ridley scored from Ray Shepard and Gary Galley. It was 2-0 Kings after one. Then in the second period, Minnesota scored. It was 2-1. Then Dan Gratton scored from Gerald Deduck and Scott Arneal. 3-1 Kings at that point. Then Minnesota scored, made it 3-2. Larry De Palma and Randy Ladouceur got into a fight. And then in the third period, Wayne Gretzky scored from Alexei Gusarov and Mike Gartner. It was a 4-2 victory for the Kings. Alright, Zino Cicarelli's point streak ended at 17 games. It was held scoreless against us. We did stop Zino Cicarelli. Hey, welcome aboard, Sledge 139. Alright, the most jerseys sold in December for the Kings: Gretzky, Mike Gartner, Luke Robitaille, Gary Galley, and Mike Ridley, so that's very close to what we see every month. And in the entire league, Gretzky is third now, Mike Gartner is 10th, and Luke Robitaille is 15th. Okay. And the players of the month were Tom Barrasso in Buffalo and Yari Curry for Edmonton. Alright, so we are January 1st, so we are still third in the conference. It looks... I don't know if we're going to be able to catch on to the Flames. We're 6 points behind. We have 3 games on, but the Flames have a really good team, and they are having a pretty good season. So it's doable for sure, but nothing is a given at this point. That would be awesome to finish first, of course, but... I'm not sure that it's going to happen. I'm still not super satisfied with my D. So Right, let's take a look in the other conference, in the Wales conference, see what's going on. Oh, the Nordiques have taken a nosedive. They were doing not too bad, and they've started to lose a lot. Well, that's not good for them. So Boston is struggling again. They should have traded. They shouldn't have matched the offer I made for Ray Bork. They just should have let Ray Bork become a king and play with Wayne. But no. Right, and then the Islanders are also struggling after being, I believe, the best team last season. Then the Nordiques, and in our conference, it's the Blues and the Toronto Maple Leafs. So, yeah, it's a little bit tougher for them. We have won our last 7 games. So did Washington. Washington is on a hot streak as well. Let's take a look at our stats here. So we have Wayne Gretzky, 57 points in 37 games. That's good, but that's nowhere near Gretzky levels. So that's, I don't know if that we can say that it's concerning, but yeah. Mike Gartner, 49 points in 37 games, 46 in 37 for Luc Robitaille. Shepard has 31 in 37. Gary Galley is almost a point per game as a defenseman, 31 in 35. Alexander Mogilny is having a fairly acceptable rookie season, 29 points in 37 games. And then it goes down from there. If we check into the entire league, so for goals scored, there's a triple tie for first. Dale Hawerchuk, Pat LaFontaine, and Jeremy Roenick all have 29 goals. The best passer is Adam Oates. He has 45 assists. And then Brian Bellows has 65 points on the season. He is first in the league in that regard. Wayne Gretzky is 9th at 57. That's the first, yeah. I hate to say that Gretzky is struggling because he's 9th in points, but Gretzky should be first. So he's kind of struggling. Alright. Artus Irbe is leading the lead in wins with 22. He's second for the save percentage with 917. That's pretty good. And he's also tied for second for shutouts with 3. So I think we have found our starting goaltender. Glenn Healy was just not getting it done. Plus, the first year when I really had a shot at winning the cup, he got hurt in the playoffs. So that I kind of soured on him at that point. So yeah, Glenn Healy is hurt right now. So I don't know that Arthur Irbe is going to reach his 4-star potential. That'd be great if he does. I doubt that he will. I think he's going to settle somewhere at around 3 stars probably, which is plenty fine if you have a good defense, which I don't have right now. But one day I hope to do. I'm gonna go ahead and save all of this, and I'm going to go ahead and call this a day. So sorry, Sledge 139. I don't know if you've been around for a little bit and just decided to hit the button to join. If not, sorry that I am going so quick. But I do want to thank everybody for tuning in today. And if you're watching this later on YouTube and you've liked the video, please feel free to like, subscribe, share, comment, all of that good stuff. And until I roll this game again, I'll see you folks next time. Thank you.